above freezing temperatures tonight for a change. Also, a few light showers moving in overnight. Then on our Friday afternoon, we'll have the sun come out. It will be windy, and wind chill will be very widespread and harsh going into the weekend. I'll have all those details coming up.
Now at 10, human trafficking awareness. How a local college is educating the public on this issue this month. Plus, the search continues for Augusta's next administrator. Why city leaders say they don't have a final decision yet. And a burn center patient returns to Augusta. How he's inspiring others through his recovery. Your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to start right off the bat with a first check of our forecast. Here's meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
Well, it's certainly chilly tonight, but not nearly as cold as it has been over the past couple of days. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at Washington Road. Completely dry outside for now, though we do see a good bit of cloud cover across the region, with some showers starting to head towards our western counties now. Since it is blue, it may resemble snow, but that is actually just some very light rain. So no worries when it comes to any winter weather tonight. No freezing rain, no sleet, no snow, only rain, and it's going to be very light rain. Here's a cold front approaching us. Behind the cold front comes some very windy conditions into our Friday afternoon. But our high today was 57 degrees. Felt pretty good outside with all the sunshine. Low this morning didn't feel too good, though. 21. Very, very cold. And right now we're in the upper 30s to low 40s. We were actually just at 36 in Augusta a little bit ago, and those temperatures are starting to rise now that it's becoming more cloudy. So when you're headed out the door tomorrow morning, we'll actually be in the low 40s. So it won't get any colder than this. 41 in Gibson, 39 in Edgefield, and 42 in Washington. It is around 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday, so we will stay above freezing tonight, and the winds are not too high just yet, so that will also help make it feel a little bit nicer outside tonight. Now, those winds will become gusty as we go into tomorrow morning. There is a lake wind advisory for gusts up to 30 miles per hour. And notice the sustained wind values around 11 miles per hour by the 8 o'clock hour. Showers around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning with those temperatures in the low 40s. So we'll be much colder, though, as we go into this weekend. We do have a Viper 6 alert day in effect for Sunday morning. Next week, though, completely different setup. We will be significantly warmer along with some decent chances of rain. All those details coming up, but back to you, Jenny.
All right, we appreciate it, Jenna. Thank you. Coverage you can count on continues now with Human Trafficking Awareness Month. January is the time we recognize the crime, and a local college is now spreading the importance of preventing it. Nikita Dennis has more.
I want you to think about trafficking kind of like we think about child abuse. It's people who have access to our children.
Aiken Tech is bringing awareness to human trafficking with their unique conversation series, highlighting what people should know.
And so with this month being Human Trafficking Awareness Month, I thought what a better idea to bring together a panel of individuals that I know in our community and state who serve with me on the 2nd Judicial Task Force for Human Trafficking Awareness, to do a panel to continue to educate not just our campus, but again, our community as well.
Panelists spoke about different topics relating to human trafficking and how it can be prevented, especially for kids. The CEO of Lighthouse for Life says according to the National Trafficking Victims Persons Act, anyone under 18 is automatically a victim of human trafficking.
Anybody under the age of 18 is not allowed to be engaging in commercial sexual activity. There's no such thing as being able to prostitute yourself out when you're a minor. So therefore, if they're involved in any kind of commercially sexual activity, then they're automatically considered victims of trafficking.
Ratliff tells me sporting events are common for human trafficking. The Super Bowl is the #1 place, while the Masters Tournament is #2.
Situations where family members traffic family members. And so to just talk about the risk, who's vulnerable to being trafficked, how you can see some indicators for people who may be at risk.
Traffickers prey on the vulnerabilities of individuals, and so start by recognizing what the vulnerabilities are and then look at who's meeting them. If somebody all of a sudden, if a child comes and says, hey, this individual is offering me a job and it's this and da 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 da. Okay, who is this individual and what is this job, and investigate more.
They also say not all cases are from someone going missing. In fact, in South Carolina, less than 4% of cases are from kidnapping. In Augusta, Nikita Dennis, WJBF News Channel 6.
Georgia lawmakers are also working to raise awareness on how to stop traffickers and protect survivors. Georgia ranks 7th in the country when it comes to high rates of human trafficking. Now the Attorney General is pushing for more funding to lower the numbers. The Attorney General says the average victim is a 6th grade girl between the ages of 12 and 14, and with a large airport, multiple sporting events, and connected highways, it's easier for traffickers to quickly transport victims.
Human trafficking is an issue that everybody's having to deal with around the world. Yes, we have to deal with it, but so does every other city, every other state. So we are seeing it largely in Atlanta. We are seeing it in other parts of the state as well. But the most important thing to remember is, we are a state that we have a great logistics network for business. Unfortunately, criminals can use the same thing to sell guns, drugs, and human beings.
The Attorney General says signs to look out for include people traveling without shoes, wearing the same clothes, those with a stark age difference, and people who don't make eye contact. Last year, 129 victims were rescued and 29 people convicted. One person has died after a car accident just outside Wagner, South Carolina. A utility truck was struck by a car. The driver of the car was pronounced dead on the scene. Augusta city leaders remain in this region until spring. If you didn't get a chance to make it Thursday, you can find his book on Amazon. Still ahead, Jenna has a full look at your forecast, plus how a local business in Bamberg is faring after the terrible tornado last week. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the new year at Blissful Boutique in Lens, Georgia, your go-to destination for all your shopping desires. Step into 2024 with stylists. Our fresh collection of fashion apparel, home decor, and gifts await you. From trendy fashion statements to delightful home additions, we have something for everyone. Discover the joy of a personalized shopping experience at Blissful Boutique, making your New Year shopping truly special. Visit us in person or online to start your blissful experience today. Come see what's waiting behind the pink door for you at Blissful Boutique.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Thursday evening. It's a dry night for now. We do see some clouds moving in, though, and temperatures are a bit warmer than they were last night. Here's a live look at our Terry Limbert Hyundai Skyview cam outside the station. We're at 38 degrees. That's above freezing at least. And actually, just a few moments ago, we were at 36. So we are seeing those temperatures rise as the clouds increase. And I'm expecting low 40s when you're headed out the door tomorrow morning. We're actually seeing a lot of low 40s now where it is more cloudy. Notice the overcast icons here with 42 in Sparta and Gibson, 38 in Louisville. A little bit cooler in our South Carolina counties, 36 in Aiken and Barnwell, where skies are still mostly clear. Satellite and radar showing the clouds and also a few light rain showers approaching our western counties. So heads up, Wilkes down to Hancock County will be getting a little bit of rain. So the reason why this is showing up as blue is because it is such light rain. So the blue does not mean snow. We will definitely not have any snow tonight or any winter weather. It is going to be too warm for that. We do have this cold front approaching, and behind that, of course, comes some much colder air as we go into the weekend. But first, we have that warm front to our north, and that means it was a bit warmer today. We were in the 50s, and we'll also be back into the 50s tomorrow. Really won't feel like it too much, though, because it will be breezy, so those winds will make it feel cooler than the actual temperature. 41 in the morning with a few showers at 6 a.m., 52 in the afternoon with sunshine, but that wind at 18 miles per hour sustained and gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So there is a lake wind advisory that will go in effect starting at 7 a.m. Our high temperatures will barely make it into the 40s this weekend. It will be nice and sunny, so great for outdoor plans, but you definitely need to stay bundled up all weekend long, especially in the mornings. 21 Saturday morning, wind chill between 10 and 15. Then a low of 16 Sunday morning, and the wind chill could be below 10 degrees. But also keep in mind, it could be much worse. We had the coldest temperature on record in Augusta set back at 1985, and this was actually on the 21st, which will be this Sunday when we're at 16. So at least we're not into the negatives, though. We'll take 16. High temperatures will continue to rise as we go into next week. 54 on Monday, 64, though, on Tuesday, and eventually into the low 70s by this time next week. Here's the cold front coming through. All the showers will be over with by around 7 a.m. Skies will clear the rest of our Friday with the wind coming in from the north. That'll bring in all the cold air for Saturday and Sunday. No clouds or rain to worry about throughout the weekend. And as we take a closer look at home, notice the scattered light rain around 4 a.m., continuing until around 6, then just the lingering clouds for the rest of your Friday morning. Our lows tonight will be in the upper 30s to low 40s, so above freezing, and highs tomorrow will be in the upper 40s through mid-50s, definitely colder towards the northwest. So that 20% chance of rain tomorrow morning, then no rain all the way through next Tuesday, getting warmer each day, and then a 30 to 40% chance of rain next Wednesday through next Sunday, and we will be at 73 degrees. I cannot wait, Jenny.
You know, that is just so hard to believe that we
Yeah.
can have a swing like that in a
Yep.
week.
Typical southeast weather,
Yeah.
though, in the winter time.
All right, thank you, Gemma. Bamberg leaders are working together to offer help to one of the businesses destroyed by the tornado last week. South Carolina Oak to Barrel makes whiskey barrels. The company came to town 2 years ago, investing nearly $7 million and creating more than 100 jobs. That all changed last week when the building was destroyed. Mayor Nancy Foster is declaring a state of emergency for the city and calling on Governor Henry McMaster to give them help at the state level. Coming up, Congress tackling the Southern. Coming up, a spot in this year's Masters tournament up for grabs this week. And the Butler Bulldogs beginning a new era this season in boys basketball. Don't go away.
The 2020. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
When it comes to boys basketball in Georgia's Class 2A, Region 4, arguably the toughest region in the state. You've got the undefeated and top-ranked Thompson Bulldogs, third-ranked and recent state champion Westside Patriots, and the fourth-ranked Butler Bulldogs. It's a new era over at Butler after longtime head coach Cervantes Body took a job in administration at Glen Hills 2 weeks before school started. So Butler hired one of their own, Chaz Clark. He had been the JV coach for 5 years, played for Body and Butler on the 2011 state runner-up team, and he's got the team ranked in the top 5 in the state and also have a cumulative average of a 3.2 GPA. Clark says knowing his players since they entered high school has been key to their success.
One thing I believe that with the season, our continuity is every kid that's in the program right now, I coach them JV and coach them to a JV championship. And all of my ninth graders, I was able to coach them during the summer as the JV coach during the summer. Before I knew the change was going to happen, I would have a chance to interview for the job. So I believe it has a lot to do with our success and our camaraderie and our continuity that we've been showing so far this year. I think it had a lot to do with it, that it wasn't me taking over a brand new program in a brand new area where I didn't know anybody. I actually was blessed enough to be able to take over the program where the place that I call home.
And as for playing in the toughest region in the state every week, well,
it's been that way for the last 5-6 years. We've been the toughest region 2A. We always got a team in the Final Four, always got a team in the state title game over the last 5-6 years. And it prepares you for the road ahead. It prepares you for a state run. And I'm quite sure a lot of our teams, Thompson, Westside, we experience when we get into the state. Sometimes it's actually easy. It's slightly a little easier when we get to the state, especially some of the early round games. Our region definitely, all prepares us, for the road ahead. It causes you to be mature. You have to stay on your P's and Q's because, if you slip up, let alone the game, if you slip up for a quarter, you slip up for 2 minutes in the game, that could be the difference of winning and losing. So that's what our region does.
And another region game on Friday night when they host Glen Hills. The Falcons planning for a second
male relative, there's a strong risk of a genetic predisposition to the cancer.
And last but not least, a well-known New Orleans favorite, king cake, is making its way overseas.
Operation We Care is making sure troops overseas will enjoy the carnival tradition, too.
Kenny Lopez shows the group mailing out over 100 king cakes to servicemen and women.
Every Mardi Gras, we send king cakes as a special treat to our troops overseas to let them know that we're thinking about them while we're having fun during Mardi Gras.
We go through tons of tape.
And for their service, they are serving these soldiers by packing 100 king cakes in these boxes.
The king cakes are made by Randazzo's Camellia City Bakery in Slidell.
Made by Randazzo's and shipped by volunteers from Operation We Care, an organization that started in 2003 by a Ponchatoula mom to send care packages to the troops.
When the troops get a care package, it really boosts their morale to know that we're still thinking of them and we care about them and we appreciate everything they do for us.
Vietnam veteran Ignatius DeSandro is helping because he knows all too well what this means.
We all take it seriously. Those of us who have been deployed understand what it feels like to receive a package sent from home. But believe me, there's not a crumb left when they're done.
Some people, this is their first time getting a king cake, so we include a little history and a little note in each care package.
And being that they're soldiers, we know they'll follow the rules when it comes to who gets the baby. A sprinkle of king cake sugar to sprinkle these soldiers with love. In Lacombe, Kenny Lopez, W.
That'll be a nice treat for them.
For sure. We have our own king cake tradition.
I can't wait. Yes, I miss Mardi Gras. I wish we celebrated it more here, but at least we'll get a cake here.
That's
right.
Well, for our forecast this week, it's not nearly as cold tonight. Our low is 36, and we actually already made it to 36. We're actually warming up now as we get towards Friday morning. We'll be in the low 40s to start your day. A few showers until around 7 a.m. Then the weekend will be sunny and dry. Very cold, highs in the low 40s, 16 Sunday morning, then much warmer next week.
And that is all the time we have for now. The news continues at the top of the hour on WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Hogan's Heroes is next, right here on the TV.